I beg, I want to know what be the official currency for this Nigeria where we dey. Now dollar, now pounds, euro, I be now our naira. Yes, now because how many of you have seen this guy? You have seen him, I want to believe almost everybody in the country already know who this one is also. Good. Now let me explain something to you. So this particular guy has been raising a campaign against something. Now I want to see, I'm seeing that those ones who feel they know somebody who has seen money where we say he misroad to their hand. Now I want to begin to sue this one and begin to fight him. Let me explain something to you. So this guy recently has been talking about how houses in Nigeria are overpriced. And people don't deliver what they take money for. For somebody like me who has been marketing real estate to people, I want to think it is unfair for a fellow Nigerian to be marketing a house to a fellow Nigerian in dollar or in pounds. That is what we are suffering at the moment. Let me explain the disadvantage of this thing. Currently now, a lot of houses in Lagos in particular are marketed in dollar. This guy raised the campaign and said, number one, the value of the houses you are marketing is even less compared to what you are charging. That is greed. That thing has made the so-called affordable housing system that the government is trying to give its citizens not possible. For instance, if you are in Abuja at the moment, a lot of demolitions are happening because they are saying, you did not get this property the right way or whatever. These are not the kind of structures that has been designed for the plan of this particular area. So those houses are going down, they are doing away with chalets and all these small villages. But now, how many of these people that their houses are demolished can afford the kind of unbelievable and ridiculous amount of money these so-called developers are charging for their plots of land and houses? You spend not more than $100 million to build a structure, and then you go and put on it $5 million. Do you know what $5 million is? Do you know what $5 million is? Do you know how many billion that is? What kind of greed is this? This guy has come outside to want to say it. I see a lot of people already suing him. I feel like say, when I go sue everybody for this country. Now, this guy has drawn this thing to the attentions of a lot of people. I've been looking to see that our youth and those people using social media, we start to want to share this thing and create awareness. Instead, some people, they tell and say, oh, don't too much and all of that. You know why? Some people are now coming out to defend that rubbish. This guy has been doing clear comparison between the kind of houses these people are selling in the amount they are selling in Nigeria and even in America where we say Nigeria then they use dollar. You are not giving a house that is worth the value. You are not giving, the location is not even worth that value. Then you are now selling. No, that is greed. Too much greed, too much of making too much money out of businesses is now making us lose our humanity. A lot of people can no longer afford even rentage. The way this country don't go because of the cost of housing and shelter, there is no more middle class. It is now you are either poor or you are rich. Nothing like I know to you know poor, but you never to get, and there's nothing like you know get be say you know get. If you get, you get. Now because of all this kind of thing. And now this is me trying to now tell official EFCC that you see this kind of fight. This is the kind of fight we want you people to fight. No be that illegal one when I go they break some people's house. You are doing your job, yes, but not be all those one they go after people where we say. Recently, one of my colleagues did in house for this Abuja. EFCC break enter comedian house. Break midterm and with his wife when they're pregnant. I don't want to mention him. That case when I say no, if not me, I don't go social media and I go hear them. Decided to say no one wahala or whatever. After then checking phone, discover I was a comedian. They said they are sorry. Created trauma in the life of the wife who was heavily pregnant. Now EFCC don't go under this guy page. Yes, good one. They come and put their official website. Say if you know anybody selling any commodity, be it house, whatever commodity in this country in dollar, openly, please report it. Now let me tell you something. EFCC, it is beyond this one. I don't know who is responsible. I don't know whether EFCC is responsible in totality to checkmate some of the activities of some government agencies. I give you, for instance, custom. The Nigerian custom. Yes. Do you know that this thing is a chain reaction? Let me give you one instance. If a developer says he wants to use a Turkish tiles, for instance, that maybe the cost of producing it from Turkey is like maybe $200. Eh? The person when they sell the tiles now come buy am $200. Custom can charge $3,000 to bring am come country. This person will not see say the stress when don't go through to bring this thing $3,000. First of all, what is the moral ground why our own custom will not charge somebody to bring goods into the country, either import or export, in dollar? What happened to our naira? These are some of the indices that has brought about the devaluation of our naira. Now these developers are thinking that by the time them as the end user now buy these tiles, and the person selling the tiles is same because of custom charge them in dollar, they too will now start thinking, okay, by the time this person now sell this thing to us, maybe $5,000, the kind of tiles they want to use, for instance, maybe those kind quality tiles that will command the kind of value they want to give to the end user or the person who will buy. If they eventually now say, okay, they bought that tiles for $5,000, do you know in their mind already they are prepared to sell the property too in dollars? Because by the time you check the value of that $5,000, would have been close to 9 million naira. And if they buy plenty of such tiles to now do this work and build a house, if, for instance, what they've spent in totality is like 200 million, they will now start thinking, you know what? If we want to sell this house now 1 billion naira, it will be sounding too huge to the ear. 1 billion naira is a lot of money. You know what? Let's convert it and even sell higher in dollar. So you will see them, they will now go and put on top of that house $1 million. $1 million is higher than 1 billion naira. Do you understand the logic now? So by the time the person now put it $1 million, Nigerian who like the house and think, okay, I have the money that can buy this house. But if they now do the conversion, it will be about 1.5 billion already, because of the dollarization of our economy that is happening. Do you know that if you make it mandatory for anybody to export and import in this country that they must pay in naira, our naira will get value? The central bank, which they here now, step up interest rate by 20-something%. All in the name of they are trying to curb inflation so that there will not be too much currency in circulation. How about these things? Can central bank not legislate that all these import duties or whatever duties they are paying must be paid in naira? They should stop paying in dollar. Do you know that if you have to pay for you want to pay visa now, for instance, you want to pay for visa, either UK, US or whatever, you must convert to their local currency that is their legal tender. Why is that not happening with us? It's even beyond these people selling houses in dollar now. Some schools, not be here with them where they talk say one past governor went thief money for this country. I don't want to coin them. Allegedly has paid for maybe like 10 years of his children's school fees in dollars. Schools there this Nigeria where they charge in dollars for country where our legal tender na naira. Nobody is talking about it. EFCC, another one again I want to point. For instance, there is open declaration and advertisement that is happening in dollar. Can you tell me that you will go to the UK, for instance, and see a billboard openly stating that this is a $1 million investment in the UK where their legal tender is a pound? You can't even try that, because it will now create the impression that you are trying to say that dollar is bigger than pounds. Do you understand the logic? I have seen a lot of advertisement practitioners of Nigeria, AMCON or whatever. I can't really remember the acronym, but please do something about people trying to sell the mindset that if you don't dream in dollars, that you are not making money. Our naira is our pride. We must do whatever we give value. So I want to join force with this guy, the very dark man, and every other person who believe that we should not dollarize our economy. That has skyrocketed a lot of things, and it's making life difficult, most especially people can no longer price houses because these houses are sold in dollars. And by virtue of our exchange rate now, it is ridiculous. People can no longer rent house. Go to Lagos. The service charges, these charges and all of that is even higher than the actual rent. Houses are being overpriced. People need to look at it. I just hope that this one I have said, I have rendered my own voice. I don't call custom, don't tell them. Going forward, the Nigerian custom should look at people paying import duties or whatever export duties in our naira. You want to apply for whatever visa from this, you must pay in naira. That is how we can give value to our money. You must not be allowed to sell any commodity in this country in dollar. Do you understand? You be Chinese, you don't want this country to do anything. You will be requested to go and get our legal. Let me explain something to you. Do you know that if you have with you, so one time, let me give you this instance. One time I was going to London, so I took transit through Egypt. I had naira with me, 100,000 naira. The dollar why I get with me don't finish. You know, say for Cairo airport there for Egypt Air, I go meet them say I beg, I go like change this money, then begin laugh. They not even person know our currency. You know why? We by ourselves don't devalue the currency. The cause me say I no get dollar, I no get pounds. Do you know that if I had Kuwait dinar, they will change it? If I had currency, waiting be this currency where Dubai they use, then we change them. But we don't buy ourselves, devalue our currency. This dollarization of the economy is the reason why some of this African currency, their legal tender is now dollars. Guess what they have done? Once you have no legal tender of your economy, it's as good as you don't have security. Because first of all, the strength of your legal tender and your currency is your economic security in the first place. We must do everything that will strengthen our naira. If the central bank is fighting inflation, good. They should also look at legislating laws that will prohibit government agencies. The EFCC, I am calling you out on this. Make laws that will legislate a law. No be make una dey senate they shout the eyes, have the nails, have they shout who get here, who no get here. These are some of the things you are supposed to be talking about. Even some of you people that are stealing our money in dollars. By the time naira has value, at least we no go dey suffer like this. Because none of una go enter the hole and no go thief. That one I come up for here.
Now to the developers and to the rectors, you want to copy the price of houses in New York. You want to copy that same pattern in Lagos. Okay, let's agree that Lagos is just like New York. Let's agree that houses should be expensive in Lagos just like they are in New York. Let's agree. Okay, how about the social amenities in New York? Are they in Lagos? Do you have the same underground piping system in New York? Are they in Lagos? Why are you not also copying the central gas system? Or the houses that they are selling for millions of dollars in New York, are they using generator? Are they using generator in that house? Why are you copying just the pricing? Why are you not copying the social amenities? The malls, the arcade malls that are in New York, are they in Lagos? Now you have to understand that I'm not against the price. I'm against the value. What you are doing now is overpricing. And it's affecting the Nigeria economy. You're overpricing. You are copying just the price of New York. Why are you not copying the social amenities of New York? What is the GDP of New York? What is the GDP of Lagos? How many billionaires and millionaires are in New York? How many billionaires and millionaires are in Lagos? Why are you not copying that as well? What is the minimum wage of New York? And what is the minimum wage in Lagos? Why are you not copying that as well? You are so blind. The greed has eaten you so deep that you are focused on the money. You are not focused on the value. I'm not against you selling houses for hundreds of millions. No. Or for billions of naira. No. Build houses that command that value. Don't build house of 200 million naira. I want to sell it for 5 billion naira. That's thief. You are a thief. Simple. Let's call a spade a spade. That's what you are trying to do. And it's affecting the Nigeria economy. And again, to the developers that are saying, it's the government are not doing this, the government are not doing that. Okay, let's agree that it is the government. How about the POPs that are falling? Is it the government? How about the walls that are cracking and peeling off? Is it the government? How about the houses that you are building that are not straight? Is it the government? And the funniest part is that these developers, they use the cheapest of labor to build the houses. They use those boys from Cotonou and from Togo to build these houses. The cheapest of labor. And they come and be selling it for hundreds of millions and billions. You are a thief. That's what you are. And we will not let it slide anymore. Never. And again, to these rectors, I think they've sent me about 2 of you who still listed your house in dollars yesterday. The EFCC will come and ask you questions. As simple as that. It's not a trend. It's a movement.